Well, good evening everybody and welcome to the DDMM YouTube channel, and a commentator slash producer having a mini meltdown, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Hello everybody. Unfortunately, you are going to have to look a lot at this evening, potentially. Hopefully not, who knows. Welcome to live coverage of round one of the return of Club 100 Gran Turismo Racing. I'm just going to turn down some stuff so I'm not echoing, probably as badly for you guys as I am at the moment. But yes, Club 100 Gran Turismo League is back, and for the first time on GT7, which is bringing a whole realm of different challenges that we haven't faced before. For regular viewers, you get the gist. It's two races tonight, forming rounds 1 and 2. Of the championship, all in one lobby, no split lobby 1, lobby 2 that we've had in previous seasons. So everyone in this championship is out here tonight, and I'm kind of glad of that in a way, because it means we get to show you some drivers that we haven't seen before in this championship. Absolutely fantastic championship, and we've already got some people coming into the chat. Hello Al. Hey Andrew, you risking GT7 lobbies? Yes we are. And risk is, I think, the optimum word tonight. I am not going to promise the smoothest of streams, everybody. For those of you who have already played around with custom lobbies in GT7, it ain't as stable as Gran Turismo Sport. Kaz, sort it out, mate. But yeah, we are going to have a go, and hopefully we get some really good racing. Well, we definitely will get some good racing tonight. Whether we actually see it, not sure, but we have got a backup. There's always the save the replay option, and commentate over it later. Hello to Kirith. He's in the chat. Schedule clash this season. What can be more important than this? We should talk. In fact, let's because the lobby is working right now. Let's cut across into it. Let's fade that up so you can actually hear the cars. Press that button there and turn my face off, because we don't need that. We don't need that here. Get rid of that. Transition now. There we go. But yes, lots of drivers that you'll be familiar with. There's Nathan Maxman rolling out there. Treviso, Trevor Randall. The format very much similar to what we've had before. 2 races tonight, 1 in a spec car. Here is the new spec car. It's the Radical. It's very lovely, and there's some fantastic liveries on the car, spec car as well. Second race will be manufacturer's choice, and I can tell you, slight tweak to previous years. Normally we've had like Team Orange and Team Pink and Team Blue and Team Yellow, and I can see a rainbow. This year it's all about manufacturers, or this season I should say, it's all about manufacturers. So we've got Jaguar, Peugeot, Mercedes, McLaren, Subaru, all represented. 3 drivers each, and we'll get to know them as we go along. So yeah, Group 3 race will be later this evening. Here's our reserve driver for the night, Sam Parent. Great to have him here. Who else have we got out there? Sam Dimolo. Bit banged up, bit bruised from PLD at the weekend, and we may see some similar racing. Oh dear! Well, that's a big off. Good evening to Luke Hornsby. Evening, Luke. Good to see you, mate. Hope the stream holds up. The stream, I'm very hopeful of that it will hold up. Whether the lobby will, that's another question. I'm just going to press that button there so I can see a bigger preview. Hello to Stephen Brewell. Callum is around here somewhere. Has Trevor been resuscitated since Wilton Mill on Sunday? I really shouldn't laugh about that, should I? Yes, he has. Because there's a very, very fast, almost Goldie-like car. That's very Jimmy Broadbent colours, isn't it? It's Trevor Randall in that. Do share out the stream to your friends and family. Let them know that we're racing. Who else have we got out here? We should really do our introductions properly. Sam Parent, we've already talked about. TCR Sven, newcomer to the situation. This is also the part of the season where I also because I'm not organised as I should be for this one. Go. Nice name, not quite sure who he is. He's also got a rookie sticker on the back of the car, which I appreciate. Walmud, we've talked about him. VQS NM1M. Regular viewers will all know about Nathan Maximin. Kirith Community Racing, Kirith Esports driver. So the boss is watching Nathan. And some great work by Martin Robinson as well. He's done a lot of the liveries for this season so far. Luke Battersby, not in the commentary box with me for this one. It was his choice to race, basically because he said he's done some commentary on the Medway Racing League, and it's a bit of a ball ache in his words, not mine. But I absolutely agree with him. Please, Gran Turismo 7 lobbies, behave yourselves tonight, please. But I just think this is really good because Luke's really quick. And great to see him back out there on circuit. Callum Marshall, I think, we just saw behind him there as well. This is the other thing as well. Polyphony, you've taken away my button presses that made commentating on GT Sport quite lovely. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. I will update that on my my sheet of stuff. That TCR Sven is James Aikenhurst. Landau Champ 2005. Now this, we do know who this is, as he's crashing into the Goodwood chicane. That is, of course, Sam Taylor, the most Welsh man in the competition, in a team with Toby Nichols and Trevor Randall. I've not seen GTP Toby so far this evening. I hope he's okay. Well, he could be out there. Luke has made me aware of a new glitch that basically means if you come into the lobby and someone has gone to state of readiness before you don't see them. I have James on my sheet. I'm now going to check the WhatsApp, Jay. Just to check, you can all hear the cars okay? Is everything good? I'll turn them up a little bit. Sam Dimolo not crashing on stream for a mere moment. But yes, we are awaiting the start of the race. What also we should do, it's a little bit of a trip down memory lane. And remind folks of previous championships of this, because we did quite a few of them through the course of GT Sport. We should also mention as well that this championship will be every 2 weeks from here on in. Welsh internet depending, I should say, on 2 weeks' time, but we're going to give it a go. But Season 5 of the Gran Turismo Sport edition of the Club100 GT League finished a little bit like this. Nathan Maximin, top of the Premier class on 233 points. Ryan Sandel, second on 215. That meant that the end of the GT Sport era, it finished 3 titles to 2 in the favour of Nathan. Ryan Sandel, let's say, second place. Trevor Randall, third with the Pad Hacks, 146 points, winning out in a very, very tight battle against Tim Clark, who was just 3 points further back. Jack Cameron Drayton was fifth, 127. Javier Gorostidi Turner, sixth and 119, actually in a tie with GTP Toby Nichols on 119 points. And Kirith Kalirai, who's in the chat, not able to be with us tonight, on 69. Callum Booth also on 69. Martin Robinson 55. But as I say, we've got some new drivers, returning drivers to this level as well. There's Callum. Oh dear, by the looks of the rear bumper, he's already crashed. Who else have we not said hello to so far tonight? We've not had a proper look at Callum Marshall, but here he is. You can see the lap times on the left-hand side. Those will be lap times that drivers have set in their current run out on circuit, so not for the complete fullness of qualifying. I will be honest, I'm not quite sure what we're waiting for now. And as soon as we've got some action underway, we'll let you know. Action that means something. We should also mention that race 2 is going to be very confusing for you all when it gets going, because currently, please fix this, please. Gran Turismo 7 will not let you do custom grids or reverse grids of your previous race. Me not happy, Mr. Dimolo even more not happy. But we've got a way round it, and we trust all of these drivers to behave themselves properly, as I'm going to cut to the pit lane, because that's what I've been told to do, to, in effect, do one lap of not racing of the 20 scheduled. They all get themselves in the right order, and then they'll go for a 19-lap race. So we'll explain that more as they go through it later on this evening. We're hopefully going to spectate now to the grid for the first race of this evening. Callum McIntyre on pole position, and away we go here at Goodwood for the start of a new era of Club 100 Gran Turismo racing. The first race in GT7. It's a good start for Callum. Luke Battersby at the front of the field. Also looking to the outside, very fast circuit this, of course, here at Goodwood. Helicopter across, and oh dear, someone's already going off wildly into the gravel. I think Martin Robinson's one of them. TCR Sven, James Akehurst, is involved as well. Sam Parent's got through it. Eric Mignon, who we've not seen so far tonight because of the wonderful glitches. And I think we're going to go for a restart. That is going to be a restart for everybody. If you had about 15 seconds on your what do we call it? Not accumulated. You know what I mean. It all went wrong, didn't it? Straight away. But we'll have another restart after that. Good evening to Isa. Didn't realise GT7 had radicals. Yes, it wasn't in Gran Turismo Sport. But yes, we've already had an issue. Excellent. Which means I think we've gone back into a practice session. Oh, you can just see this is going to go well tonight, don't you? But it's okay, because we're all having fun in the chat and enjoying things here as a community. In the meantime, whilst they sort that, unfortunately, yes, you're going to have to look at my face. Whilst everything gets sorted out here, as soon as we are back into race conditions, we will let you know and get things back online. I am now going to do me very selfish plugs now, because we've had a bit of downtime on the DDMM channel over the last couple of weeks, but don't you worry, because things are about to get all busy again. I don't know what that was. And I think the GoPro's delaying, which is probably a good thing. This weekend, very excited to be back down at Bookmore Park. Bookmore Park this weekend for their 24 hours. Bookmore Park 24 hours. It'll be on Alpha Live. And it's myself, Kieran McGinley, and probably a few others as well, popping in across the course of the race. And I think we are streaming the first 8 hours and the last 8 hours. Don't quote me on that. I might have just made myself do more work there, but there we go. But yes, that'll be this weekend over on the Alpha Live channel. If I get my backside in gear, we'll try and do some comms box camera as well. And if you do like your esports, back next week on Wednesday, back with some iRacing, and I'm really excited for this one because it's going to be the return of the Mazda MX-5s. We've not had them for a while, and it's Imola, so that'll be very, very good. So that's Wednesday next week. If you're watching and you are already signed up to the iRacing Championship and you've not signed up for entry, do it now. You might as well. Some people sometimes ask me, oh, I'm a maybe. I don't know whether to put my name down. Put it down anyway. Put it down anyway, because that's fine, because then I can assume that you're turning up and do the prep to get all the details on the timing and all the rest of it. If you turn up last minute, I'll be right annoyed. There you go. That's your warning. If you were maybe sign up anyway. Late dropouts don't annoy me. Late sign-ons do. So that's next Wednesday, and then, as I say, we've got this championship, if the lobbies ever work, for every 2 weeks, similar to what we did with season number 5. Especially when we get into it, they'll pretty much all alternating back and forth with the iRacing mob. So fingers crossed, we will be back in 2 weeks' time. The reason why I say fingers crossed is because I'm actually on holiday at the time. I will be in Wales. I'm actually going to Glanigors for a holiday. No word of a lie. We're there for Super 1 on the weekend, first weekend of May, with Alpha Live. And then we're there for Club 100 the following week after. And I can't be bothered to come back. So I've just booked an Airbnb and I'll go climb some Welsh hills for a week. And also get myself ready to drive a Club 100 car for the first time in about 7 months. And I'm quite fat at the moment, so that's going to go really well. Anyway, what you need to know is 2 weeks' time, we will, fingers crossed, Welsh internet depending, be showing you round number 2 because the PlayStation and everything's going to go with me. Are we ready to have a race? I don't think we are. I can see everybody on screen, which is good. In fact, let's go back. Let's go back into the, so you guys can see the lobby on screen because I also know what I need to do here. Whilst I do that, I don't like it, ladies and gentlemen. They're taking away loads of functionality from me. I hate it when software developers do this. Don't take functionality away from me. It annoys Howard as well. Pudding. There we go. Right, who did we not see because of the glitch? We didn't see an Eric. Here he is. Belgium's fastest Club 100 driver. Although I say that, Tom Kemping might have something to say about that. But here he is. Great to have him back at the top level. Sam Parent we've already looked at. Callum McIntyre we've already looked at. Sam Taylor we've already looked at. There's a Tim Clark! Didn't see Tim earlier. Here he is. He's there. The tyre whisperer of this series. It's all no tyre wear and no... no fuel. That's what I'm looking for. No fuel depletion in the spec race, but we will have some of that in the GT3 race later on. GCR Sven we've already had a look at. There's GTP Toby. He is here. Trying to work out what's... hang on. Oh no, it's done it again. Sometimes the cars form within each other at this circuit. I think a Toby has swallowed a Callum. Oh, there's another one. There's a Ruswold combo with a I don't know what's happened. Callum's absolutely right. This game is so broken when it comes to these leagues. Please, Polyphony, fix it. But we have got 15 cars on screen, which is at least something. Keep your comments coming in, though. Keep quite literally talking amongst yourselves as everything goes on. And I'll just look through the list and make sure that I've got everybody noted down. Oh dear, Martin Robinson looks like he's broken down. But Martin was another one of the drivers competing on Sunday at PLD. Well done to everybody. Over £3,000 raised for the Institute for Cancer Research. Absolutely fantastic effort from everybody. Being told to look at what's happening here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a 1 lap roll up, take formation. Everyone should know their position from there. He's very trusting, very, very trusting. I'm not going to repeat some of the messages that are in WhatsApp at the moment, but they're not particularly complimentary. What I do have, though, is an order of the grid, which should be Callum McIntyre, Mallock M on pole position, Luke Battersby second on the grid, Trevor Randall third, Callum Brewer fourth, GTP Toby fifth, Toby Nichols fifth, Eric Mignon in sixth, Tim Clark seventh, Madman Marcus in eighth, James Akehurst in 9th, Walmid, Sam Dimolo in 10th, Sam Parent 11th, Lando Champ 2005, aka Sam Taylor in 12th. There's some interesting ones in the back of the field, if this is true. Ryan Sandel 13th, Martin Robinson 14th, Nathan Maximum 15th, and me and the lobbyist commentator not racing, of course. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hopefully we'll be back on screen as soon as possible. Well, no, we're already on the screen, but just running with a proper race, as opposed to what we've got at the moment, which is not a race. I don't think we have a Peter Harris tonight, unfortunately. I know a couple of people are inquiring. Right, what this has been able to allow me to do, ladies and gentlemen, is actually get my sheet of stuff ready. So thank you Polyphony, thank you for the problems tonight. That's actually given me a little bit more preparation time. I'm going to come out of this just to make sure that everything is a-okay. As I say, this is very much a test. We have tried to test this as well, but there's been that many updates coming out across the last few weeks, and I suspect there will be more to come. That to a degree, testing everything beforehand was pointless. Right, 5 seconds until practice ends. Let's turn that down. 1 second until practice ends, and hopefully this time we will get a race that will have Trevor Randall in position. As I quickly try to furiously get everything onto the screen. False starts will be penalised. We can see stuff. There it all is. Nathan Maximum is on pole position. Callum McIntyre, number 98. There, P2. The lights are coming on for the second attempt at the start of a new era of Club 100 Gran Turismo Racing. Away we go at Goodwood for the start of the first race this evening of a new season. Good start from Nathan Maximum, going side by side with Callum McIntyre as they go in, Callum Marshall, sorry, into turn 1. Luke Battersby there in 3rd place. He's had another good start, and Trevor Randall this time has had no problems off the start. Has actually already nipped past Luke Battersby there and got up into 3rd place. Side by side between Marshall and Maximum there, and it looks like Callum Marshall has got the better run so far this time. Let's have a little look further back down the order. There is Mark Turner. Madman Marcus in 5th place. GTP Toby Nichols has had a decent start as well. Tim Clark 7th, 8th for Sam Taylor. Sam Parent, the reserve driver stepping in tonight, is in 9th. James Aikenhurst is 10th. Sam Dimolo, Ruswold, Ryan Sandel and Eric Mignon 13th. There's already been problems for Martin Robinson and for Callum Brule. Meanwhile, back at the front, we've had a lead change. Apologies for missing it, but Nathan Maximum has got to the head of the field as they come round through the chicane for the first time in this one. Are they all going to make it through? It is very, very tight, very, very tricky. And no, off there went one of the green cars, and there's a few more taking to the countryside behind as well. I think Tim Clark was one of the ones involved there, the first of the green cars to have a problem. Sam Dimolo was in trouble also, Eric Mignon, so it's not been a good start for those drivers, as there's a bit of more like rallycross at the moment in Radicals. I didn't know that Gran Turismo could do that on this edition. So the field already getting a little bit spread out. There's Ryan Sandel, aka Ruswold, winner of Season 1 and Season 2 in the... Oh, was there a big off there for Sam Taylor? Yes, there was. A very big off for Sam Taylor. He's going to try and get back on circuit. Thankfully, ghosts for a split second for Martin Robinson there, but that is Sam Taylor out from, I think that was 6th position, so not a good moment for him there at all. Whew, let's catch our breath. Back with Ryan Sandel, who I was telling you was our Season 1 and 2 champion in the, what I'm now calling the GT Sport era, the one with lobbies that worked. Please, Polyphony, please fix them. He's having a good battle at the moment with Sam Parent. Oh, better drive there for Sandel off the corner. We'll leave their battle for 7th place and look a little bit further forward. Here is Mark Turner, Madman Marcus, trying to find a way at the moment past Toby Nichols there. GTP for GT Planet. Although at the moment I'd say they'd more want to work together because there's some real squabbles going up on ahead as Trevor Randall and Callum Marshall, Malak M98, fighting here over 2nd place. And oh, as Trevor Randall's off and on the grass there, he somehow managed to get him back on the road and not lose a position. Remarkable driving from Trevor Randall, but now he's run wide. Luke Battersby's going to be down the inside, takes 3rd place. Well, it's already been frenetic stuff here at Goodwood, but a usual sight up at the front of the order. Nathan Maximin is getting away from the rest of the field here. Through the chicane they go. Leader 1.8 seconds out ahead. I suspect we're going to have a fastest lap coming in here. Yes, there is, from Nathan Maximin. Number 31 leading comfortably out front at the moment. What can the rest of the field do about it? Well, actually, in the early part of this 4th lap of the race, Callum Marshall has just pulled out a bit of a gap here over Luke Battersby behind. Almost to extent of a second has gone and set a purple first sector. This is a good response from Callum. Part of the team with James Aikenhurst and Ryan Sandel. We'll see them driving the same car later on, which will be the Subaru GT3. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Let's have a little look further down the order then. Apologies, we have to scroll. I can't jump the numbers anymore. But there's Mark Turner in 5th place. Madman Marcus doing nicely there. Dropping Ryan Sandel at the moment. We've seen Ryan be able to do this before, race through the order and come back from some adversity. Oh, as into the wall there goes Madman Marcus, and that is just the opportunity that Ryan Sandel was looking for, and through he goes into 5th place. Such a new personal best as well. Nathan Maximin at the front, though, has gone even quicker than before. He's into the 1:14s now, as there's more problems for Mark Turner. And is he going to just about miss the barrier there? But that has allowed GTP Toby to go through and into the top 6. Here's a good battle. Martin Robinson in 8th place. Less than half a second ahead of Tim Clark there. One of the stars of Season 5 in the GT Sport era. Had that great battle for 3rd place in Premier Class with... Oh, as wide goes Robinson, and that's going to be trouble for the driver in the McLaren-style livery on his Radical. Gets it back on circuit. That was actually very well recovered by Martin, but he has lost a position and lost time to Tim Clark. There's Sam Taylor. Saw him earlier have an incident of his own. He's back up into the top 10 now, ahead of both Callum Brule there in the number 4 and James Aikenhurst. One of the cars running in the light blue there, car number 76. That's wide there from Brule, and he's just going to skirt the wall there. And it is the trickiest corner on the circuit, I'd say, that chicane. It's so easy to get it wrong. A little bit further back, Sam Parrington 14th, Eric Mignon 13th. It's not been a good race at all for Sam Dimmerlow so far. Company lounging down in 15th and last position. There is your race leader though, looking comfortable, and this is a familiar position, of course, for Nathan Maxman as we go on board with the drone style cam. 2.3 seconds is his lead. And he gets that run through the chicane absolutely spot on. He's been pumping in the 114s the last couple of laps. It's just outside it there, 1 minute 15. Won't bother him too much because he's extended the lead again. And it does seem to be through the tight chicane, with the walls, with the tyre barriers, that he's really, really proving to be to his liking. 2.7 seconds now the lead over Malik M98, Callum Marshall there. We'll be fairly happy with this though. This is a very good start to his season. Throwing the car in there. Got to be so precise with the positioning of the vehicle as you take the quick right hand and then the left, and then set up for the more technical part of this Goodwood course. Third place there is Luke Battersby, further 2.5 seconds back. This is a great return to the racing aspects of the Club 100 Gran Turismo League for Luke Battersby. Works very hard over on the Medway Racing League. It's the MRL over his name. Fingers crossed we'll get him in the box on the weekend for Buckmore Park 24 hours, considering he's down, of course, do a lot of work down at Buckmore Park. He's looking fairly comfortable at the moment. 3.3 seconds or thereabouts ahead of Trevor Randall, who does appear to have got his issues with the connection sorted now. And it's having a very Trevor Randall Treviso style race at the moment. Very smooth, very fast, and getting some points on the board. He's one of the most experienced drivers, not just in this league. Been an ever-present from the very first season. Has raced on every single season. So many Club 100 championships in real life over the years as well. Fifth place, there are developments. Looks like GTP Toby is closing in on Ryan Sandel here, so we'll keep an eye on this battle for the next lap or so at least. Great stuff this from Toby Nichols. He's a driver who has come on leaps and bounds, especially over the last couple of seasons we had on Gran Turismo Sport. Put in some great results. Day can definitely challenge the top guys in this season. He's doing so right now. The two-time GTS champion ahead of him. Oh, big moment there for Ryan Sandel. He's just about gathered it all together as they went through Woodcote. Toby Nichols is wide now, having his own little moment. Gets it back on circuit. You can tell how fast these guys are pushing. It's a new PB from Nichols last time around. 1:16.8 even with that error. 1:15.7 meanwhile for Ryan Sandel. So, yeah, he did have a problem there on lap number 6. It was a 1 minute 21.657, which you wouldn't have necessarily have expected. Going up towards St Mary's now, taking all the speed in the world there. Ryan Sandel I think he's just sensed here this is a time to go. Get that gap back out ahead of Toby Nichols. He has done indeed. Oh, that's why Toby Nichols has got a penalty. The penalties are back, ladies and gentlemen. And 0.5 of a second will be handed to Toby Nichols just about there. Didn't look like much, but round a flat-out circuit like this, that is going to cost Toby a lot. Look at that gap extending out to Ryan ahead. 3.3 seconds now, but it was down in less than a second just one lap ago. It's not a good moment in this race. There's Madman Marcus, bit of a lonely position there in 7th place. 6.5 seconds behind Toby, but comfortably clear of the rest of the field. 12.8 back to Martin Robinson, who's holding off still Tim Clark. His driver is currently in the 18s and 19s. Oh, it's a good lap time though in there from Martin Robinson. 1 minute 17.830. As Tim Clark, skirting the edge there through Madrick Corner. He's also been down into the 1 minute 17s. 1 minute 17.8 is Tim Clark's fastest lap time at the moment. Very different style of car, this to anything that we've used before in the Club100 Gran Turismo League. Taking the opportunity with this car being new to the series, new here in GT7. Should also say big thanks to some of our recent subscribers. Mark Koptwitz subscribed 10 days ago, and Martin Machek as well. If you are enjoying the stream and you want to see more content like this and support us here at DDMM, do click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It's Callum Bruhl up to 10th place, and recovery drive on as well from Sam Dimolo. There he is in 11th place. Wolmid has moved from the back of the field. 1 minute 17.7, the best lap time so far for car 71. He's just managed to get past Eric Mignon. Sam Parent is actually being blue flagged here, so a bit of traffic for our leaders to negotiate by. There goes Nathan Maximin ahead of Sam Parent. He was off there. It's TCR Sven. So James Aikenhurst is unfortunately off in the grass. He's got back on circuit now. That is pretty much going to be the end of his race. There's been more problems as well, I can see, for Sam Taylor with 143.1 in the last tour of the circuit. There's been a change for second place. Apologies, we've missed that. But Luke Battersby has got up into second place. Now I wonder, has this been through the traffic? I think it may well have been through the traffic because Callum Marshall has fallen a long way back from where he was. There's maybe a 1 minute 27.322 on lap number 10. Apologies for missing that, folks. But that is quite a story in the context of this race, because it's now put Trevor Randall up to third, Luke Battersby up to fourth. Just looking at their times, so their times look all okay. Look at that consistency from Battersby. 1:16.16, 1:16.12, 1:16.16 again. Very good stuff this from the youngster down in the Medway. 4.7 seconds off the back of Nathan Maximin, so Nathan Maximin is maybe not pushing at his outright pace, and he's definitely not doing that at the moment. 1:15.2 last time around, and 1:14.7 is still his personal best in this race. He's still got to bring this home. We are on the final lap though, and the checkered flag is going to be out once again for Nathan Maximin, who takes a historic first win in Gran Turismo 7 for the Club100 Gran Turismo League. Great drive from Luke Battersby, finishes in second place, and on the line there Trevor Randall takes a podium in third. Fourth for Callum Marshall. It will be fifth for Ryan Sandel. Sixth place for Toby Nichols. Solid points for Toby to kick off the season. As off the background again, the chicane really has been problematic for a lot of the drivers tonight, but it'll be seventh place for Madman Marcus. Mark Turner getting strong points there. Eighth place for Tim Clark. His speciality coming up soon with the tyre and fuel wear races. Apologies, that was a button press wrongly done by me. Martin Robinson finishes in 9th. 10th for Eric Mignon, so there was some more shenanigans towards the back later on in that race. 11th for Callum Bruhl. 12th for Sam Dimolo. 13th for Sam Parent. 14th for Sam Taylor, and 15th there for, I didn't quite catch who was in 15th there, but there you go. That was race number 1. We'll bring some of your comments up on screen. Hope you enjoyed that first race of the evening. We will have some more racing later on in the stream. I'm going to take a short break though, whilst we now have to reset everything, because unfortunately you can't change circuits you can't do it in the old way, which is very annoying for us all here involved in the organising committee. But some things don't change, of course, and that is Nathan Maximum taking a race victory to kick things off for this new season of the Club 100 Gran Turismo League here on GT7. Trevor Randall, aka Treviso, comments in on the stream. Good race that was indeed. Good start to Trevor's season. There will be dropped scores across the course of the next few race weeks, and we should say that we've got 5 race weeks every 2 weeks. So we've started off here with Goodwood, and I realise now that I have read this thing wrong, and I put on the thumbnail that we were at Suzuka. We are not at Suzuka, of course. We're at Goodwood tonight. We'll be at Daytona later on. Next week we will be on the Indy circuit. Sorry, not next week. 2 weeks time. We'll be at Brands Hatch in the Indy layout. Spa for the Group 3s in that week as well, and then there's a lot of TBAs, which is absolutely fine because it keeps people on the toes. But we will be at Le Mans for one of the Group 3 races. We just have to wait for a bit now to see the new lobby come up. I hope you're all doing well. And if you've just joined us, more racing next Wednesday. Back on the iRacing mob for the 5th round of their championship 2022. We will be at Imola. We will be in the Mazda MX-5s, and it'll be a lot of good fun. So get your entries in for that if you are a Club 100 BUKC or BPEC driver, past or present. And you're on iRacing, of course. No sign of the lobby yet. No sign of it yet. At the weekend, we mentioned it a few times already, Bookmore Park 24 hours. We will be down there for the full weekend. Very much looking forward to that one. And then we're off to Wales for quite a while for 2 events at GYG. Super 1 followed by Club 100 the following weekend. And we'll have another round of this league in the middle. Other dates for you to be aware of for this championship in the Club 100 Gran Turismo. I keep having to stop myself saying Gran Turismo Sport after so many years of that. But round 3 will be the 17th of May. We will then have round 4 on the 1st of June. Sorry, not the 1st of June, the 31st of May. And then round 5 will be on the 14th of June after I'm back from Le Mans. That's just what we need to perk me up after Le Mans, real Le Mans that is, because I will be quite tired on that evening, but I'm sure these guys will get us back in the action. Let's have a look. Have we got a lobby? Yes! Yes, we have. Spin the wheel. Oh dear, I've rocking the camera there. Oof. Sorry, I'm just seeing... Oh, hello, Rory Alexander. Here he is. Evening all, just stopping by to say hi and leave a like. Thank you very much, Rory. That means a lot, mate. That means a lot. I may not look happy about it, but that's because the lobbies are ruining my evening. But thank you so much, mate. Thank you for coming in. And big props to you, my man, for going full-time on YouTube. Keep cracking out the fantastic content that you're doing. And getting me through some work days that sometimes they're a bit quiet and there's a lot of admin to do. Stick Rory on in the background. A very good thing to do. It's pretty much streaming, not quite every day. I'm overcommitting him to stuff, but go check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Really good stuff. Come on, lobbies. As you can see, I'm not taking this in a serious commentator stance tonight because Polyphony haven't taken the lobbies seriously. Right, here we go. Let's go into spectate. Let's turn that down and look at Daytona. What I will say, I've been doing a lot of Polyphony bashing tonight, but Daytona does look fantastic on it. And I really enjoyed Daytona as well. I mean, I did a lot of it in the early part of this year on iRacing. But they have got it down very, very well. We also get to see the GT3 or the Group 3 selections for the first time this season. So we'll calm it down now that the lobby's working and talk through what we've got out here on circuit for this season. First thing that we have a proper look at is Ryan Sandel Ruswold in his Subaru. Sounds fantastic. Nice big number 5 on the side of it as well, so I can tell who he is. I'm just going to make one more adjustment, so you'll have to look at my face again. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I know you don't want to do that, but don't mind me. Right, let's put that back to that. There we go. That's better. I can see who's the order. Of course, Martin Robinson and the great work that he's done with McLaren has gone with McLaren livery. You can see that we'll be racing again in about 10 minutes' time. I may have had a bit of a splurge at the weekend and bought a lot. Well, for me, a lot of McLaren gear. I needed a Lando hat and a Daniel Ricciardo hat. My justification for this is that 2 of my Formula E hats were retired at the start of this season because Sam Bird has signed both of them. I can't be wearing them out in public anymore because it'll ruin them. I should put them in the background, really. That's what it should do. But anyway, but yes, Martin, a McLaren fan like myself, displaying the colours proudly. Here is Callum Marshall, also in the Subaru, but a different coloured Subaru. Thank you. This I like. Makes my life a lot easier. A great performance from Callum in the first race. A little bit unlucky with the traffic. Showing he's got some pace this season. Sam Parent, stepping in for Peter Harris tonight, is also in Team McLaren. Here's James Eggenhurst in similar coloured Subaru to Ryan Sandel, but doesn't have the Ruswold logo on the side, so we can deal with that. This we can't deal with. Guys, please differentiate your liveries, boys. But Trevor Randall and Sam Taylor are both there. Oh no. We're going to have to keep the names above. Both in Peugeot RCZ GT3s. Sam Taylor going for some rallycross again. Some mowing of the fields. There's Madman Marcus in brilliantly sounding Mercedes. Oh yes. Sandal, not Sandel, of course. But yes, that's Madman Marcus, Mark Turner in the Mercedes. Who have we not looked at yet? Nathan Maximan is also in another one of the McLarens in McLaren Formula 1 team livery from last year. Now this one I still hold dear to my heart. I may have left Jaguar, but I still love the brand, and it's great to see that Luke Battersby is flying the flag for the British brand in the old Formula 1 livery with the British Racing Green. Very nice indeed. GTP Toby. I mean, it does look very good, this black and gold livery. It's just there's 3 of them. Callum Brawl, of course, the face of Club 100 Round 9 2021, is also in HSBC Jaguar livery, and as ever is also exceeding track limits. Naughty boy. 12th on the standings at the moment is Sam Dimolo. He's also in the Mercedes. Got some orange. See, now that we like. Nice and identifiable. Sam has the orange on his visor sticker there. That's very, very good. I think that is just about everybody. Tim Clark's got red on his top of his car. So it's just little details that we like. Right, I want to do some commentating on some racing now, but we've still got 5 minutes to go. Keep your comments coming in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Leave a like if you haven't done so already. It really does help us out. But, at least from this practice session, it's very good indicators so far for Luke Battersby once again. 148.409. This is a very good question. That's just come in from David Whitehouse. Good evening, David. Motorsport Magpie. Is it grippy to break up the inside of the second hairpin? I don't know. I think someone should go out and try it, because of course it works very well in iRacing, as we found in the 24-hour, or the month of the 24-hour earlier in the year. I don't know. Maybe throw it in there as a for someone to do and have a test of. We will have tyre wear in this race, so to bring you some of the general info, tyre wear will be on ×3. Racing soft, medium and hard tyres are allowed in this race. Tuning is prohibited. BOP is on. The fuel at the start will be full tank 100%. The fuel depletion rate will be ×4. And should also mention as well, we have got the chance of weather now. At the moment it looks very sunny, it looks very Florida-like. There's a 5.6 metre per second wind going, I'm trying to work out which way is northeast, south and west, and I can't. It's blowing basically in their it's tailwind into turn 1. Let's go with that. Tailwind into turn 1. It's not actually what you want into turn 1. You want a bit of a headwind into turn 1. It's a difficult braking zone on the circuit to get right. But you never know. We could see a Floridian thunderstorm all of a sudden. I said that looking at the lights, I don't think we're near 3 PM in the afternoon in the lobby time at least. So there we go. I think that will throw up some differences in the race strategies as we go across the course of the season. This 5 race week season, race meetings held every 2 weeks. You'll be able to watch all of the action across the next 10 weeks, 2.5 months here on the DDMM YouTube channel. And Trevor Randall looking quick again in the latter minutes of this practice session. If you're just joining us as well, this is not a qualifying session for this race. The grid will be a rolling start, which is the reverse order of race number 1. Now, this is if there was the fears of what the lobbies are going to do and whether the servers are going to be A-OK, this is the other bit that I'm concerned with. Can these drivers be trusted to get themselves into the right order? They should be used to it. They're all Club 100 drivers, and we've all got that experience of having to get yourself in the right grid slots for a rolling start. So they should be able to do it, but somehow I don't trust them. There's Sam Taylor, not in the grass. Good to see. I am going to request, right? Guys, we need some multicoloured bands or something to define between the very beautiful gold and black Peugeots. Sort that out for 2 weeks' time, players. Plane taking off in the background there from Daytona Airport. Not coming in at 1 billion miles an hour like it does in iRacing. For some reason Nathan Maximin has got his hazards on in this practice session. I do think I am going to give the award for best livery though. I think I'm going to give it to Ryan. Another great effort. It pains him that he's not in a Viper. That is a very nice livery here on the Subaru. Through the bus stop chicane. Sorry, the Le Mans chicane as it's now known. It was renamed early this year at the Daytona 24 Hours. And the real penalty simulator is in effect. It is now 21:55, so fingers crossed we will be getting the race underway, and it will be a 20-lap race on the lobby, but in effect a 19-lap race, because now we've got to get everybody in order, and goodness knows what is going to happen in the next 2 minutes or so. I know they will have the party chat on the go to have a bit of no after you, sir. But the race will begin, and is not a race start, because everybody now needs to get themselves in the right order. Oh, yes. It's like a really expensive but not expensive BUKC rollout from a dummy grid. Right. This is not a part of the race, ladies and gentlemen, but sort of is. They're just trying to get themselves in the right order, reverse order, from race number 1. At least gives us a little bit of time to look through the grid. So the grid will have James Aikenhurst at the front of it, because he unfortunately finished 15th and last in race number 1. So TCR Sven will be your pole driver. Second place will be Sam Taylor, Lando Champ 2005. Sam Parrington third. Sam Dimolo in fourth. Fifth for, in fact, the 2 Jaguars I think are both up next. Yeah, Callum Brewell and Eric Mignon 5th and 6th. So there they are. There's Martin Robinson, livery master extraordinaire, in 7th. Tim Clark in 8th. What can he do from there? This is going to be a real tester for his strategy skills over the course of the next 19 laps, once we do get underway with racing. 9th in the order, Mark Turner there, Madman Marcus. 10th for GTP Toby. Good first race for Toby, finished 6th. We'll have some confidence, I think, to be able to move through the order. Ryan Sandel in 11th. He's already done a lot of overtaking tonight so far, having not qualified so well in the time of qualifying for Goodwood. Callum Marshall 12th. Lots of speed earlier, looked pretty quick in the free practice before we got this race underway. Trevor Randall 13th, Luke Battersby 14th, and then early championship leader, 3-time GT Sport era champion for the Club100 Gran Turismo League, Nathan Maximin, completes the 15-car field. Pit stops and strategy will be in play here then, as we prepare to have another first, the first ever race at Daytona. One of America's most famous circuits. The first time we've raced here in the Club100 Gran Turismo League. We've raced here, of course, in the iRacing Championship and had many a great race round here in the past, and I'm sure this is going to be a great one as well. We're almost ready to go racing and go green here at Daytona. James Aikenhurst will take us from pole position as the double grid forms up, hopefully, eventually. Waiting for Aikenhurst to drop the hammer, and away we go then for 19 green laps here at Daytona. Into turn 1 they all go. Good start for Aikenhurst, as looks like Sam Parent's already trying to get up the inside of Sam Taylor there. Are they all going to get through turn 1? Okay, Callum Rule running a little bit wide there. He's got Martin Robinson, and always the contact towards the back. I heard a crunch in the background, but I think everyone is just about through. There's one of the McLarens off in the background. His tyre's being squealed there, and round goes the leader. Round goes Aikenhurst off into the gravel. Who else has had trouble back there? There's one of the Peugeots spinning round. I think it's Trevor Randall. And also one of the green Mercedes. It's Madman Marcus. So Mark Turner has not had a good start here, as we're on the first proper racing lap. Look at this squabble going on with Ryan Sandel at the centre of it. Eric Mignon in the Jaguar up the inside. Bit of contact with another one of the Jaguars. This time it's Luke Battersby going round the outside as they go onto the banking then for the first time in this one. This is all about being patient, getting in the slipstream. Going to be a long way aside another car to make a run into the bus stop chicane. Sometimes it's better to try and wait and get them on the exit. This is good stuff, and look at the power there from the Subaru. Here comes the British horses though. of the Jaguar. Getting back ahead is Luke Battersby. As into the bus stop we go for the first time. Martin Robinson has emerged in the lead in all of this. Callum Bruhl second. Sam Parent there in third. So it's been a good start for the McLarens. But here comes Sam Taylor. Landau champ 2005 on the inside. Takes third place. And Luke Battersby, going a little bit low there. Needs to be careful, as that can unsettle the car. It looks like the Jaguar driver is through. Ryan Sandel trying to make a move also. Flashing of the lights from Battersby's. There's already a bit of team play going on. I think there is. And lead driver in Team Jaguar, Luke Battersby, has said to Callum Bruhl, I need to get through. This is a big chance for my race here, because he's gone a long way ahead of the rest of those drivers behind him. Martin Robinson's made a bit of a mistake through the International Horseshoe. Nearly makes an even bigger mistake off of the International Horseshoe. But it does mean that Luke Battersby has taken the lead. And this is a very good start. Ryan Sandel looking down the inside, going for that inside line into the second of the infield hairpins. And he's made it work as well. Good start. This is the Ryan Sandel that we know and have enjoyed over the years in Gran Turismo Sports. Here in GT7 is showing the talents again. Callum Bruhl has now got past Martin Robinson. So it is all going on here in the early parts of this second race of the evening. Where are our other key drivers that we keep an eye on at the front of the field? Where is Nathan Maximum in all of this at the moment? He's down in 9th place. So it's not been as quick a start for Nathan Maximum as some of the others who are towards the back of the field with him, but still a very long way in this race to go, of course. He's just got Sam Dimolo behind him at the moment, in 10th place. Way too early to see any pit stops happening at the moment. There's GTP Toby. Is this a switch between the McLarens? Yes, it is. So through goes Nathan Maximum. But look at the time difference already. 1:47.3 to the nearest tenth of a second for Luke Battersby. Nathan Maximum, 1:49.4 as he's having to negotiate his way through traffic. They're all squirming through the International Horseshoe in these sunset conditions. Robinson looks to be having a couple of problems. He's lost out to Sam Taylor there. Is he going to try and fight back? Yes, he is going to try and fight back up the inside. Do you know what, David? I was about to say I thought you were right, but no. Off goes Martin Robinson. Can he keep it pointing in a straight line? Well, Martin tried the iRacing inside line. Does it have a bit more grip? I think the answer is no. No, it does not. So unfortunately for Martin, that's him down to 9th place. Sam Dimolo goes up to... that's Robinson down to 10th place. Dimolo up to 9th. Sam Parent now in 8th. Nathan Maximum now trying to close in on Toby Nichols. He's a lot quicker this lap. Trying to get the line right through the Le Mans chicane. He's going to have a chance here. Yet that is the perfect way to deal with someone in and around the bus stop. Get the move done on corner exit. Make them come in a bit harder to the bus stop. Hold back. See that speed delta open up when you go out of the bus stop. And gain yourself a position with relatively little risk when going side by side. 1.4 seconds, 1:48.0 for Nathan Maximum last time around. 1:49.4 for Sam Taylor in the Peugeot. Side by side, Callum Bruhl and Callum Marshall, and I think Callum Marshall has got the move done. Yes, he has. So the pink Subaru is up to 3rd place now. 1:48.4 for Callum last time around. There's Ryan Sandel. Oswald into the 1:48s quite comfortably at the moment. 1:48.2 on lap 3, 1:48.6 on lap number 4. He's being closed in though a little bit, and there's still battles going on behind. Oh, I think Callum Bruhl was a little bit long there in the braking zone coming through turn number 6. Back onto the banking. That may leave him vulnerable to Nathan Maximin. There he is. You can just see him in the back of shot, closing in, homing in on the Jaguar V8 powered F-Type, pushing itself down into the bus stop. That was a good run through from turn 6 by Nathan Maximin. Fairly even between the two of them as they come onto the banking once more. Through oval turn 3 and turn 4. What's going on with the Peugeots just behind? We'll have a little look at this. It is Sam Taylor who's got a little bit of lag at our end, trying to find a way past Toby Nichols there. And they're just going to work together. Work together, boys. Still a long way in this race to go. Nathan Maximin, though, has set a new fastest lap of the race. Is now going down the inside of Callum Bruhl. Deep on the brakes. Callum Bruhl's left in space on the outside there. That's good racing between two very experienced drivers at this level, and they're still side by side as they go through the kinks. Steady, boys. Callum Bruhl down the inside as they go into the international horseshoe. Great defence from Bruhl so far, and he's held onto the position. But here comes Nathan Maximin once again. He's going to be on the outside as they go through the kink. Very tight part of the course that they're going to give each other just enough room. Inside this time for Nathan Maximin into the second of the hairpins, and surely this time he's going to have it done. Is he? No? Maybe? Yes, he is going to have it done. Well, Callum Bruhl made the 3-time GCS champion work hard for that, but eventually Nathan Maximin is through and into 4th. So, story of the race as we're on lap 6 here of 20 for the feature race this evening. Night 1 of season 1 for the Club 100 Gran Turismo League GT7 edition. Luke Battersby on his racing return leads here at Daytona by 3.3 seconds over Ryan Sandel. Callum Marshall in 3rd, a further 1.4 seconds back. 4th place, reigning champion from the GT Sport era, Nathan Maximin in 4th. Really good run so far from Callum Bruhl. Just got to hope that he's keeping those tyres in check. Currently in 5th place. He's actually closing in on Nathan Maximin. Might have a go here into turn 1. Nope, gives him a bit of a bump. We've gone full NASCAR here now. Group 3 racing. Might be a bit of a wise strategy actually from the former Warwick and Cranfield BUKC driver, because there's a chance here. That Jaguar has a lot of straight line and top end speed. As we saw earlier, the difficulties that Nathan Maximin NM1M had in getting past. If he can just sit in the slipstream, push himself up towards the likes of Callum and Ryan ahead, this could be a very good result coming in here for L401. Two Peugeots still working together. Not the comedy club at all at the moment for this effort from Toby Nichols and Sam Taylor. And Sam Taylor's actually gone slightly quicker than his personal best at the moment. Look at that consistency as well from Taylor. 149.4, 149.3, 149.4. Keeping the tyres in check at the moment is the Welsh driver. We don't know the tyre combinations, of course. Still a few laps off finding out what strategies these teams are playing with tonight. We're going to come off that because that's making me feel slightly ill as that lag's going on the screen. This is an intriguing battle here. Bruhl, again, very close up behind Nathan Maximin, giving the push once again. And both of them are getting a lot closer to these two Subarus ahead. They had a great scrap a few laps ago over this 4th place. But they do seem to have had that truce now, with Nathan Maximin leading this effort out front. of this pair to try and find a way past Callum Marshall, who ran in second place for a very long time early on this evening in race number 1. We haven't really seen these two drivers go toe-to-toe so far. Callum trying the inside line, so maybe it is, yeah, you know what, maybe there is a little bit of something there into the second of the hairpins, turn number 5, like we see on iRacing. Just suggests that taking that line, which is something that you sometimes see in real life as well, hence why iRacing have modelled it in that way. Once again, the bump drafting starts from the Jaguar to the McLaren. Be careful though that don't do it too much and cause an incident. That would not be good for either driver if that was to occur. We'll have a check through the field in a few moments' time as we come to complete lap number 8 here, approaching the halfway stage of the feature race. The Subaru does seem quick on the oval, I've got to say. It's holding out front ahead of the two British cars behind, but now this is where those cars come into play. Whoa, Nathan Maximum had a huge moment there. Nearly lost control of his McLaren GT3 and just about held onto that. That was, I wish we had replays and we'll be able to show you that moment, but instead Nathan Maximum is on the attack here. Is there going to be a chance into the international horseshoe? No, not this time. Maybe on the exit. This is how he made the move work on Callum Bruhl a few laps ago, and he's powering through now, and look at that power from the McLaren. Here comes the Jaguar as well as Callum Bruhl's off. He's got to get it under control. Can he get it under control? He can, but that's a huge moment, and I think there's been a problem for Nathan Maximum as well. He's fallen back. So was there a little bit of contact between Callum Marshall and Nathan Maximum, or did Nathan Maximum make a mistake? Well, either way, it's kind of put us back to where we were a couple of laps ago. It's a big save from Bruhl. There was a lot that could have gone wrong there. But he just managed a crucial bit of braking, I think, when he was on the cut through. The bit of tarmac that hooks to the inside of the second hairpin. Just managed to get the brakes on there before he went back onto the grass. And he had enough speed off that when he did eventually get back onto tarmac, he could get it stopped before going out into the abyss on the outside of that hairpin, which, trust me, is not a place you want to be. Here goes Callum Bruhl, though. He's now looking to the outside, thinking about a move perhaps on Nathan Maximum. These two going back and forth, and here he comes. Yes, Callum Bruhl fancies this to try and get back ahead of the McLaren and winner of race 1 earlier on this evening. And we have pit lane activity for the first time here on Gran Turismo 7 in the Club 100 Gran Turismo League. Sam Taylor has decided those mediums have had enough. And the pit lane times, the pit stop times have been elongated a bit for... Well, they were elongated back in GT Sport towards the back end of that game's time. So not as much of an advantage of keeping yourself on fresher rubber anymore. Fuel going into the Peugeot. This will put Sam Taylor off the back of the field, but will be interesting to see now. Let's have a look at his lap times. They were fairly steady. 2 1:48.9s at the back end of that stint. Out he goes again, and he's just going to re-emerge behind Tim Clark. I'm not quite sure what's been happening with Tim Clark. I think he's pitted as well. Okay, so apologies. We have had some pit activity, and we've missed that Tim Clark is doing Tim Clark things. He pitted on lap 5. You can see denoted by the little P there. So what is Tim Clark up to? Maybe he's on hard tyres and trying to go long in this race. Remember back to previous efforts when he's done this. And it's a similar kind of setup car, with the engine positioned at the front and power to the rear. tyres work on the Jaguar F-Type Group 3 in seasons gone by. I remember a particularly good run round into Lagos a few seasons ago, where Tim managed to hoodwink the whole field and take a really strong result. It was only the pace, the sheer pace of the likes of Nathan Maxman and Ryan Sandel that could beat him on that day. It looks like there's also been early pit activity for James Aikenhurst as well, so he pitted on lap 4. In fact, I'm going to call a little bit of... I don't know, maybe that... I'm never sure now. Is GT7 having me on? I think GT7 is having me on. But these drivers haven't pitted yet. Because now the P has disappeared. Polyphony, please fix these. You're making me look like a fool. Even more foolish than I normally look. There we go. What we have done, effectively though, is a run through the order. Let's do it properly this time. There's your leader, Luke Battersby. Brilliant so far in this race. 10 seconds is Luke's lead at the front of the field. And he's got that Jaguar F-Type supremely under his control. Look at the pace as well. All 147 mids. Very consistent. Fingers crossed he's keeping those tyres in check. The pace is good from Battersby at the moment. There is Callum Marshall in second place. So there has been a change there between the two Subarus. Ryan Sandel is third, and hello, we've got the classic battle re-emerging between the championship rivals. No we don't, because in comes Ryan Sandel. So we'd also one of the mediums will fuel up and be able to get to the end of the race from here, I'm sure. So this will also be interesting to see. Can Ryan Sandel play the strategy? Looks like Martin Robinson is in as well. This is completely ruined the rundown, of course. But Callum Brule has stayed out. Toby Nichols has stayed out, as has Trevor Randall. Mark Turner has not come into the pits yet, because I do not believe the graphic telling me that he's been in 3 times on laps 3, 4 and 5. Sam Parents has stayed out. Sam Dimolo has stayed out. Oh, what's happened there to Sam Parents? He's had a bit of an off. Coming through turn 1, easily done. And this is going to give some attention to Ryan Sandel, and that's really not worked out for Ryan Sandel, because he now has traffic on his outlap. That is not the kind of news that he would have wanted. Contact between Ryan Sandel and Sam Parent. They're both going to run wide there. Sam Parent's going to run even wider and out into the daisies on the infield. Resets onto the circuit. Maybe wasn't quite aware that Ryan Sandel was on his outside at that moment. This really hasn't worked out, and we remember just before the pit stop that Ruswald and NM1M were very, very close together. We thought we were going to get a battle between the two of them, but that pit stop, as in comes Nathan Maxman. In fact, look at that. Nathan Maxman is almost, if not already, out of fuel and used hard tyres. Will there be a switch to the mediums here? And in fact, there's a lot of pit activity, as Callum Brule is in, who'd gone with soft tyre early on in the race, so he's done remarkably well to get those soft tyres through past halfway. Callum Marshall is in from second place. Looks like Trevor Randall is also coming in, another driver who had used mediums in that first part of the race. Now the crucial thing here, after that not great outlap, where has Ryan Sandel formed out in all of this? Has he actually played an absolute masterstroke and got himself out ahead? No, he has not. I'm actually looking for where is Nathan Maxman now. Why is he still in the pits, and why is he showing... Well, he's showing in 7th. A little bit of a moment there, but that, I think, is as a result of the extra fuel usage. Well, Nathan Maximum has had problems with fuel calculations in the past and has lost a lot of time here. Look at that. 2:46 for his pit stop compared to 2:30 for Trevor Randall ahead. 2:37 for Ryan Sandel. So that is going to be something that we are going to have to watch across the course of this season. Fuel time in the pits. Great scrap going on between Callum Marshall and Madman Marcus, aka Mark Turner. Or I should say that the other way around, really. Turner has not pitted yet, as far as I'm aware. Ignore that on the screen. Those P's next to laps 4, 5 and 6 are not true. So we are into night time here at Daytona. Leader is in. Won't need as much fuel, of course. Has pitted a lap later than the competition behind. Is this going to work out for Luke Battersby? Could this be a first victory on the way for Luke Battersby? Out of the pit lane, skips to pit exit. Where is the Jaguar relative to the rest of the field? It's ahead. It is ahead. GTP Toby is not pitted yet. And this could be a momentous occasion for Luke Battersby and for Jaguar in this competition. 6.4 seconds behind GTP Toby, but look at those lap times. 47, 48, 49, 48, 50, 50, 51. The tyres are dying off there on the Peugeot. Is Toby Nichols thinking to try and be a little bit more racy in the latter stages of this race? There's only 6 laps to go after this one. Toby Nichols has not put it. Look at the lap, look at the gap in the top left hand of your corner. 5.6, 5.5. It's coming down all the time. Surely Toby Nichols has got to pit on this lap. He's losing so much time with the state of these tyres. He's done brilliantly to get them this far. But I wouldn't want to take these any further. Get some fresh boots on. Take advantage of the fresher rubber, and that it'll stay fresher towards the end of the race and have less fuel, less weight on the car through the latter stages of the race. Is Toby Nichols going to come into pit lane? Yes, he is. So the leader, new leader, or for one lap, comes in. I've got to say, great fuel usage from Toby Nichols as well. That could stand him in good stead for the rest of the season. Lead goes back to Luke Battersby. Looks like Callum Marshall will take second place. Also seen the other of the Mercedes come into the pit, so Madman Marcus also in pit lane. And the interesting bit will be, where does GTP Toby come out in relation to Landau Champ 2005 Sam Taylor? Because they were together with each other early on in this race. There is Sam Taylor, car number 21. Is there going to be another Peugeot out ahead or not? The answer is going to be that there is, and it's quite a long way ahead. That is a great stint by Toby Nichols. Going longer, the overcut has really, really worked for the Peugeot driver and has put Toby Nichols on the verge of getting a second top 6 result of the night. Brilliant work. See the pit stop time. It's able to take not as much time fueling up. 12 seconds if you compare lap number 14 for Toby to lap number 12 for Callum. That's the difference. Being able to elongate that first stint, I reckon saved probably somewhere in the range of 8 to 9 seconds as a net gain. So where are we then with 5 laps of this race to go? Well, we can see that Luke Battersby is in full command of this race. 10 seconds now the lead over Callum Marshall there, first of the Subarus, the pink Subaru ahead of the light blue and yellow Subaru of Ryan Sandel. That's your top 3 at the moment. 4th place for Nathan Maximin. Maybe on a bit of damage limitation with some homework to do as well ahead of the rest of this season in the McLaren, because it all went wrong in the pit stop phase. Used way too much fuel. Just maybe 10-12 seconds stood in pit lane relative to some of the other drivers. At the moment, 21 seconds down on the leader as well, especially the early stages of the race. Wasn't able to get through the traffic as quickly as Luke Battersby, which is not something we often say about Nathan Maximin. He'll still be in a very good position in the championship, of course, having won the first race of the evening, but yeah, food for thought for our reigning champion here in the Club100 Gran Turismo League. There is Trevor Randall having another really solid race. He's currently PB against that 1:48.7 a couple of laps ago as the Peugeot comes onto the banking. We'll be very pleased with his efforts so far tonight, as will this driver. We're singing his praises a few moments ago. Has made the strategy work, has gained positions through the middle part and last part of this race. Toby Nichols in 6th. Callum Brule's got to be fairly pleased with this run so far as well. A tough couple of seasons to back out the end of the GT Sport era, but at the moment Callum Brule is looking for a top half finish at the moment there in 7th. Martin Robinson in 8th. Another driver who's had a very good second half of this race, and I should say the pace from Martin there, very nice in the mid and low 1:47s. Eric Mignon and Sam Taylor fighting there over 9th place. So mapping at the top 10 at the moment. In fact, let's just stay with this. It's not been the best of second half of the races for Sam Taylor. A few mistakes down in the 1:53s last time around. Can he fight back here and try and find a way past Eric Mignon? We'll see as they sweep through the tri-oval. Don't think he's close enough. Don't think he's close enough at all. The Jaguar, as we mentioned earlier, is very, very good at top end. Just seems to be able to hold out in the lead against cars even when they've got the slipstream. There's Madman Marcus, tried something a little bit different on the strategy, didn't quite pull it off. Solid work from the Mercedes driver so far tonight. It's not been Sam Dimolo's night. They're in 12th place at the moment. Great delivery though on the car, really like that one. Tim Clark similarly tried something different on the strategy. The pace in the Mercedes not there at the moment. 11th, 12th and 13th for the 3 Team Mercedes drivers. TCR Sven, James Aikenhurst in 14th. So look at the start of this race, of course. Started from pole position, but had an incident down at the International Horseshoe early on. We didn't really get to see what he was able to do after that. Sam Parent, great to have him here tonight. I'm sure we'll see him back on our reserve driver list at the moment, standing in for Peter Harris this evening. And sure have learnt a lot from racing against these really, really top drivers tonight. If you are watching this, you're a Club 100 and or BUKC driver, past or present, you can get involved, of course. We are going to be running these championships throughout the year. Get in touch. Let us know in the comments below that you want to get involved, and we can get you on the reserve list here for Season 1 on GT7. And if we get more and more drivers, I don't think we'd rule out at all going back to a 2 division split like we had before. Jay Elliott asks what were these different strategies. We've seen a few different choices of tyre so far this evening, particularly the starting tyre and what the different drivers used, and a couple of the drivers also differing what they did with their fuel. It really does seem like the fuel has been the deciding factor. How much you used in the first stint, and then depending on the rate at which you used it, how much you had to top the tank up to get you to the end of the race in this second phase. It's what Luke Battersby has got absolutely right, that balance between speed and efficiency, as he goes on to his penultimate lap of the race here at Daytona. 11.5 seconds is his lead. He's into the 1:46s now. I'd actually spotted that 146.1 before. He's not the fastest car out on circuit at the moment. That actually is the McLaren of Nathan Maximin at the moment. 145.7. Goes another lap time there. Once again, Nathan Maximin has shown the speed. I'm sure we'll learn more and more about this car. We've seen it before from Nathan Maximin. He's a very, very quick learner. I'm sure we'll be back on it in 2 weeks' time when we'll be back for round number 2. 2 great race circuits to be at on the 3rd of May. We'll be on the Indy layout at Brands Hatch for the spec car race back in the Radicals. Then we'll be at Spa-Francorchamps for the Group 3 race. Do make sure that you tune in for that. Asterix Wales, internet pending of course, but don't worry if it is a bit flaky on the night, we will do a post-race re-recording of the replay. We will bring you all that happens in that race. But here he is, Luke Battersby, about to go on to his last lap of the race here this evening and take what will be quite a momentous victory. Hopefully, if he can just get round this last lap. I really hope I don't put the kibosh on him and give him the commentator's curse. But it really was all built up from the race start. Shot out the gate, got through the traffic. I'm just looking through actually for what is Luke's best result before today. Thanks to Peter Harris for putting all of the stats together. 1 win before this season. He's had 5 podiums along the way. In fact, no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong column. I didn't think he'd had a win. So yes, this will be Luke Battersby's first race victory. If I'm understanding, no, I'm understanding things wrong. L2's the 2nd division. 2nd victory. Get your head round it, Mather. But either way, it's been quite a display from the youngster who runs a big part of the Medway Racing League, has come here back into a racing capacity in the Club100 Gran Turismo League. Brilliant first race at Goodwood, and by my very quick in my head calculations, he's going to be your championship leader tonight. If he could just get through the bus stop, just get through turn 3 and turn 4. What a victory this is going to be. Under the lights at Daytona, out of the bus stop for the last time. A dominant display, a brilliant display, a winning display for Team Jaguar. Could this be the start of something very special and a break into the top 3 ranks in this division? Luke Battersby takes the first Group 3 race of the new era on Gran Turismo 7 in superb fashion through the grass. It's going to be 2nd place for Callum Marshall. He's going to be a factor throughout the season, I'm sure. Could have been 2 second places tonight, but it's still very strong results with 2 top 4s. 3rd place for Ryan Sandel. Very good run in the Subaru. What has happened here? Where has Nathan Maximin gone? Nathan Maximin has fallen down a long, long way, but here comes GTP Toby. Brilliant work with the strategy, getting things right in the Peugeot. Toby Nichols takes 4th. 5th place is going to be Trevor Randall. 6th on the line just was Callum Brule ahead of Martin Robinson. It's going to be 8th for Eric Mignon. What has happened to Nathan Maximin? He may have had a disconnection. I think he's had a disconnection because I cannot see him at all out there. Eric Mignon is going to finish in 8th place. Good points for Team Jaguar. 9th is going to be Mark Turner. Madman Marcus there is the first of the Mercedes home. And look at this side by side. Oh, the test driver's going at it. It looks like Sam Dimolo is going to hold out and take 10th place. And I think Sam Taylor may have run out of fuel there across the line of the Peugeot in 11th. 12th is going to be Tim Clark. Oh my goodness, that is definite work to do for the Mercedes. 13th is going to be James Aikenhurst. 14th for Sam Parrott, and it must be that Nathan Maximin has had a disconnect. That is really, really not good luck at all for our reigning champion. Last car over the line there is Sam Parrott. But there's your winner and championship leader as we leave Daytona here this evening. Luke Battersby for Team Jag takes the win, and a big, big haul of points. Best championship position for Battersby so far in the 5 seasons run before this competition has been 4th. Could it be a new name in the top 3? Could it be a new name at the top of the leaderboard come the end of the championship? Well, we'll know what the state of play is when we get to June 14th. That's when this championship will end. But at least here in mid-April, it's a very, very good start for Luke Battersby, winning by some 12 seconds over the rest of the field. And I hope you enjoyed that race. Really, really good stuff from the field out there in this first time running on GT7. If you did enjoy it and you haven't already, do click that like button, give us a subscribe, and a share as well would be very, very much appreciated as the cars come back into pit lane. Let's bring us back here into HQ, into the comms box. What a night. Luke Battersby at the top of the order. And let's just press a few buttons to get us back up and running properly. There we go. But yeah, really, really good stuff tonight, as expected from the Club100 Gran Turismo League. Just a quick go over some of the stuff coming up this weekend. Buckmore Park 24 hours. Next weekend, we will have some action from GYG, and in the middle of that, that's what I was meaning to get to before I messed up this bit. We'll be back with some more esports. We will be on iRacing for round 5 of the Club100 and BUKC iRacing Championship for 2022. Get your entries in now if you haven't done so already. Should be fantastic in the Mazda MX-5s around Imola. In 2 weeks' time, we will be back here once again for the second race night in this first season on Gran Turismo 7 for the Club100 Gran Turismo League. 2 circuits that we'll be using are Brands Hatch, the Indy circuit there, and Spa-Francorchamps. But for tonight, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. This has been the DDMM YouTube channel. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.